What is up, metal fans? Today we do have another album review, and this is something I do want to start making a lot of at once, because this is actually probably going to be the direction I'll start taking this channel in. So, last time we went ahead and scheduled you to listen to And Justice for All by Metallica. We're going to kind of take the music into a different route. Very heavy music, but not thrash. We're going to look into like a more industrial, experimental type music. And no better album or band to start out with that than Mushroomhead. Album 13. This is my favorite metal album of all time. Actually, I lied, this is tied with Slipknot's Iowa. These two albums are my favorite albums of all time. Now, before anybody in the comments section sending me messages saying Mushroomhead sucks, fuck Mushroomhead, Slipknot's better, you know what? I love both bands equally. There is no winner or loser in my eyes in both these bands, because both of these bands bring so much to the metal community and have done so much with their art, with their music, with everything that they've done. You cannot tell me that this band is an awful band. You can have your preference not to like them, but you cannot tell me that they suck. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Now, one of the biggest things I always liked about this album was that their first album was very awesome, you know, self-produced, Filthy Hands Records, everything like that. Then Universal decides, hey, let's pick these guys up, let's see what they're about. So they released their first, now they actually did release the first album under Universal, but they'd already had the album written, and it came from M3 and Super Buick. A lot of the songs just pretty much collaborated together. That's another story. But this album in particular was one of their first real, like, albums. Not saying that, you know, XX wasn't a real album. That was an amazing fucking album. But this album itself was probably one of the best produced albums I've ever heard. And it starts out with, you know, Kill Tomorrow. Kill Tomorrow, it's such an in-your-face song, and then boom, it picks up into this melodic chorus that just it sends shivers up my spine. And I know if you've listened to that song, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Then kind of moving down, you have Sun Doesn't Rise, which kind of has that same premise, very heavy, hard-hitting rips, and then that melodic chorus hits in. Jeffrey Nothing hits in with that amazing, unique vocal that he has that contrasts, you know, just the way the music is. And it's just, it is amazing. And the way that him and J-Man play off each other during the vocals is just, it's unbelievable. Now, Mother Machine Gun, my favorite song off this entire album, is just, it starts out with an awesome melodic, then boom, hits you out of nowhere. You're like, what the fuck just hit me? Was it a brick? No, it was amazing music. That's exactly what it was. Now, then you switch over to Becoming Cold, which is a very soft, kind of dirty song. Starts out very low tempoed, just very easy song. Then boom, out of nowhere, One More Day. The Dream Is Over. I mean, you know, the freaking set list for this fucking, or the freaking track list for this fucking thing is unreal. So, just kind of looking a little bit more into the album itself, though. Very well written album. Kudos to Jeffrey Nothing. Kudos to J-Man, Pig Venice, Stitch, everybody on the Mushroomhead, you know, band team. Kudos, guys. I mean, this was an amazing fucking album. Now, one thing that I really enjoyed about this album more than anything else was that the way the band members played off each other to piece this thing together to make it sound fantastic. I mean, 13 album right here, must have if you're a metalhead, must have if you're a fan of metal music. It's just a must have in general. Sorry, I had a little voice crack there, but yeah, amazing album. I highly recommend it. Now, what we're gonna go ahead and do though, because I kind of wanted to do a Mushroomhead themed day with album reviews, I'm gonna go ahead, since I reviewed one that had J-Man in it, I want to go ahead and review one that also has Waylon Revis. Some of you may know him from the North Carolina circuit. You know, he played 3/4 Dead. He's also the lead singer of Tenafly Viper. But yeah, Waylon Revis. Now, when J-Man left the band, Waylon was pretty involved with Mushroomhead. He was actually a cameraman during the first video that they made. And he tried out for the band and he got the position. Waylon Revis has more of a southern metal type style of vocal. He's almost like a Phil Anselmo. And before all you little fucking butthurt people say that no, he's not Phil Anselmo, no, he's not Phil Anselmo, you know what? You listen to the way he sings and you listen to the way Phil sings, you're going to find a lot of contingencies there. So fuck yourself, it's true. So, the one album I do definitely want to review because it was his first, I wouldn't say his coming out album, Save Your Sorrow. Now, I think that what a lot of people didn't, I mean, this album's fucking amazing, don't get me wrong, but I think what a lot of people didn't like about this album was the incorporation of more singing and less screaming. Jeffrey Nothing even said it himself that this album was not going to be like prior albums and they will never remake the same album over and over again, which is, I respect incredibly, because I'm sorry, who wants to hear the same fucking album twice with different lyrics? Not me. I want to see my artist vary a little bit. If I don't like it, so what? I know that they may come back and get a better album out. So, when it comes down to it, killer opening track on here, 1200, starts out with an awesome, just double bass, just kick you in the ass drums. Guitars fucking crunch like crazy. Waylon's voice coming out, just it was fucking fantastic. Simpler Survival, an amazing album as well. Damage Done, I mean, list goes on for days. Tattoo, fantastic fucking album. And Burn, probably one of my favorite song off this album, Burn. This album right here showed that even though Mushroomhead lost somebody very valuable to them, that the Save Your Sorrow album, this showed that no matter the direction that Mushroomhead decides to take with their band will work. And it is working now. I got some awesome news from a source of mine that they are currently working on a new album that they hope to have out probably by maybe late this year. More than likely it's going to be early next year, but they said it's going to be their heaviest album yet, so we'll definitely see what happens with that. But these two albums right here, both both the Mushroomhead albums, everything like that, I would say I would give Save Your Sorrow a solid fucking 10. Great album. And I'll have to give 13, the coveted, crank it up to fucking 11. This album changed my life. Such a good album. So guys, I do appreciate you coming in. Now, if you want to get these albums, I mean, honestly, I actually got this album off of Amazon for $3 for fuck, I don't know how. Then I actually just bought this at my local Best Buy for, $8, $9. Go buy these two albums. Support your music, buy your music. Because unless we buy their shit, they can't perform it. Especially a band who doesn't get the recognition like Mushroomhead does. And, because, I'm sorry, these guys don't get paid a lot. Sometimes their shit comes out of pocket. If you want these bands to keep performing and keep making music, go buy their damn albums. Alright guys, but listen, we're going to go ahead and help on out of here. Go get these two albums. Make sure you jam out to them. Let me know what you think. Peace.